in Haiti, and this is a little video about it, I think. No? What happened?
And so we went, and again, we were just thinking that we'd be lucky to do recon and maybe find a place to do something. Well, it turns out that Grace Ridge United is 10 minutes from the airport, and they have a little compound, and they provide us with a place to do it. So we show up there, and within an hour of landing, we're pounding tires. And one thing led to another, and we saw that we're going to get something done here, so we sent Maria out to get more tires, and she then the next day brought 40 people from one of the tent camps, and they ranged in age from 4 to 50. We ended up saying, oh my God, we might even get a building going here. So I bought some materials down there, some rebar and some cement. Maria took a couple of dozen of the kids and went out within half a mile of the compound and gathered all the plastic bottles that we needed. And we did a simplified version of our hut design with a door and a window, and there was some cloth roof that is very lightweight amount of cement, but lots of steel, so this is a very earthquake-resistant design here, and hurricane-resistant. The bottom line is we were going for a recon, and in 4.5 days, due to just synchronicity and connections working out and so on, we ended up with a 12-foot diameter building built. Another interesting point was I just got my arm out of a cast from rotator cuff surgery. I was crippled. I couldn't do much. And Brian and Mike got the shits and vomiting to the point of almost dying. So yeah, we were in dire straits, and it still happened. The reason it happened was the Haitians. They could do every aspect of it. They could pound the tires, they could lay the bottles. They did it all, learned it all, and were clear that this can be replicated. So far, we nosed around down there a little bit. There's lots of tents, there's some container things, but really there's nothing for the people yet. This is something people can get their hands into. They can be building houses for themselves and each other and so on. I mean, this can really be way beyond just shelter. It can be a sort of an economic base or a currency for Haiti. So everybody that gave us anywhere from 10 to $100, thank you very much. Here's how it was used. We got a little over $7,000 in donations, and we fronted another 3 or so grand. We bought tickets for 4 people, we got shots for 4 people, and we bought materials, and we bought them lunch every day that they worked for us. There were no fees, no salaries, no wages. We are talking direct use of money. Money goes straight to a building in Haiti and transportation to get there. Nothing goes through any bureaucratic salaries and commissions. You know, how do you track your $500 that you donated through some agency or whatever? You know, it just goes, and you get a little postcard or something. This, you've got a picture of where your money went at every dollar of it. And if we didn't raise any more money, I'm just going to the bank and get it. I'll borrow it, I'll finance it. Because now we're going to go back down mid-October and do a finishing hit on this thing and make it collect its own water, contain and treat its own sewage with a little outdoor courtyard and a flush toilet, and have its own power system. With the most important part is Haitians from the tent camps helping us and learning. You may as well call this building a demonstration unit, because what they're going to do is bring people into this compound and show it to them. And of course, the ones that got to work on it are going to be talking about how to do it and probably starting to do it once they get a place. But where we'll go next for land will be where it can be for the people. We're even thinking of, like, can we tear down a few tents in Tent City and throw up some of these? If we got a windfall of funding, we would start a little village, and then we just go back and forth to Haiti for the next few years. We'd start an Earthship academy. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of people down there living 12 in a tent. There's no end in sight to what we can do if we get the money. The thing is, this, in 4.5 days, this hit to the very heart of the people that are living in the tent cities. And it brought them out And they participated in this, and this was a real thing, not a hypothetical thing. We were working with them, they were working with us. We weren't a bunch of whiteys going down there and making something that we wouldn't live in ourselves, but trying to give them some charity. I would love to live in the building that we built down there. I love that little building. And so we got together, eyeball to eyeball, with the Haitian people, with no bureaucrats or politicians in between us. And that is the key. We're sharing what we learned over 40 years, and they're giving us a lot of life back. From the little kids to the older people, they got inspired by this. They got lit up by this. And we got lit up by the fact that they got lit up. It was an outrageous situation. The last day, when they were waiting in line, I would hold our hands and saying things like, if I have to die in the Airships to Haiti, then I'm ready to die right now. And may God make you live a lot longer so that you can continue doing this. You know, not one of us would cry. When we get dirty, everybody that donated time, guidance, coordination, or money, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're never like
So we developed that into a little compound, and that could become a little community or village. And we actually had people come learn from us how to do it, and they did it in South America, made a village using the Haiti design. We came up with another design that we used for a school in Sierra Leone. We call it the flower design, and uses the plastic bottles. This was another pretty successful situation because these people in Sierra Leone worked with us because it was a school for their kids, so everybody came out. We didn't have time or money to build any more than 3 rooms of the flower, and they finished it themselves. The kids who were used to going to school in a blue tarp stick building loved it, and were singing, and these people were the ones we taught to finish the building, and they finished it. They did it better than us. They finished the building. It was an 8-room schoolhouse in the end. We did the same thing in Malawi for a community center. We did the same thing on Easter Island. We built this much of the flower while we were there, and they finished it. So the idea is that we want to empower people to do this for themselves, and we want to make the techniques and the technology easy enough to understand that it is user-friendly and people can do it. Here they have this music school now on Easter Island, and they did 5 of the rooms themselves. And of course, look, they have cans and bottles and tires there on Easter Island, because tourists are coming there in droves and boatloads, bringing bottles and cans and garbage, and they don't know what to do with it. Now they do. We did a school in Uruguay. It's turning out to win awards. The kids are going to school, and the very act of going to school is a green education for them. We did a storm shelter after the typhoon in the Philippines. We call it the Windship. And they use it as a storm shelter. We also observed from these kind of things that there are some people on this planet that don't have any money. Even an economy model Earthship, they can't afford it. They don't have money. They don't have any money. So we tried to do what we call a zero-cost Earthship, and we're using bamboo and palm logs, and we built this little hut in 10 days with pretty much nothing. And they replicated it in Fiji and Vanuatu. And what we built there in the Philippines, we gave away to this guy and his kids. And in Vanuatu, their buildings get blown away every year. All they are is blue tarp tent post buildings. They get blown away every year. So they wanted to learn, and they're doing it. They're building buildings in Vanuatu that will not get blown away. This building, that they built themselves without us, based on our model, it's not ever going to blow away. We do the simple survivals in the southern tip of Argentina. This is what we're taking to Nepal in a few months. 6 Nations in Canada. A woman lived in this trailer with 5 kids, freezing cold in the winter, wet, moldy, and just almost suicidal. We built her this, what we call simple survival, Earthship. We built it with 50 people in 14 days and gave it away to her. And she puts it on Facebook. She loves it. So what we're talking about is decentralization, where housing is utilities. We're talking about custom versions of it. We're talking about standard Toyota Corolla versions of it. We're talking about economy versions of it. And we put it all together in an academy. We have an academy where we teach this. We have, 40 students for a month that take all the courses and build and live in Earthships, and they totally get the whole Earthship program pretty much with nothing else to relate to. And we have one problem with the academy. When you get a group of people like this doing this for a month, usually at the end of the academy, about 15 of them don't want to leave. We don't know what to do with it. We actually started inventing a program called Earthship Academy Rehab. Something to do with these people that won't leave. And we're doing academies. We're setting up academies all over the world. I think the next one will be either in South America or France. France is pretty open, so that people don't have to travel so far to come to our academy. So we're talking about a virus. We're treating this like a virus. It'll spread when it's right. If it's not spreading, then it's not right yet. But it's getting, we're able to tell it's getting pretty close to right. Now, another thing is we want this to be available for people. We don't want them to have to pay even an architectural fee if they're needing something really simple. So we put out what we call the Simple Survival Earthship app. It's on your iPhone, it's on your Android. It costs $9.99, and it has about 12 buildings and full sets of construction drawings on each building. And you can take your app and press the little icon and send it to your laptop and print it out on your laptop 11 by 17 in color, and print 40 pages of the drawings out that way. Take them and get a permit if you need a permit, and build your building. In other words, everything we know about it is on this app. It's like the floor plans, the construction drawings, the systems, the materials, the operations, the costs, the thinking, rationale, pictures, and the kids' view stuff is now on there too. So we're making it as close as we can come to, open source. So the app is happening. Then we get this opportunity. They're going to give us a 30-acre island in Indonesia. They're giving us a third of the island if we'll develop it with Earthships and teach them how to develop the other 2/3. And we're possibly going to have a school there. It's an island. There is nothing there but a couple of palapas, and we're getting to start from scratch and not change the world there, to create the world that's there. And so that's what the island looked like when we started. And now we have this building there. I lived in this building while we built the next one. This is 14 steps from lukewarm bathwater, crystal clear ocean. It's fantastic. You want to go there? Let me know. We're going to do it Airbnb. But if you've been to one of our workshops or one of our academies, you can go there free. Then we built another one there, so we're starting the development on Earthship Island. Well, interesting thing was we started, when we bring people, we bring garbage. So we collected the garbage and put it right into the buildings. What we're talking about is working. We bring people, we bring human waste. We're turning the human waste into landscaping for the island. These buildings are sitting on 6,000 gallons of their own water. They have power. You have internet there, believe it or not. You can charge your laptop and cell phone. And we're taking it to Colombia, up at the top of a hill in the rainy season in Colombia. Here we even got the furniture made out of tires. We're getting sick, actually, with this. We're getting into insanity, probably. But this is a building on top of a hill in Colombia. We got our own half-mile private beach, and we got our own private resort. So what we're saying is, these buildings like this can be warm and full of bananas and grapes on the inside and not use any fuel and function in climates like this. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna need some heat in this climate. You're gonna need maybe 20 or 25% of the heat of the fuel that you used to use. If the entire world cut their use of fuel by 75%, we would be in pretty good shape. And France, we're getting ready to do the same thing in France in about 2.5 weeks. The Academy in France, if you're interested, it's Earthship.com, and that tells you all about it. So this is, in short form, the idea, the concept, the history, the rationale, and where it's at now. And it is evolving, it is going all over the world. And one of our objectives is to bring it to these northern latitudes and demonstrate it. So we're looking to lease land here and in a couple of other cities and make a demonstration unit that people can come to, because that's what we have observed in our area. People, when they come to these and they stay in it on a cold winter night, and they get up the next morning, they can't believe it. And so you can't tell people enough about something like that. You have to show them, you have to give them the opportunity to be in it. And that's why we're here, because we're hopefully going to do a few of these in the northern latitudes. So what we'll do is take a break, and we'll do Q&A for a while. So thank you.